Yo, what up, boys? Welcome to the stream. Your boy, I ain't been on back of the stream. Other than that, feeling absolutely good. So, how's everyone's day going? How's everyone's day? Mine's been alright. I did Captain Harlan this. I got the 8 points out of it, which gave me 1.2 mil, and I got isn't bad. Mediocre. I've done a transfer fight this week. Nice to be back on. It's nice to be back on the stream. Boys can all hear my rides, can't you? Patterson's still injured, benching. If anyone's going to ask why I'm starting Kepa today, just the way Brighton are playing, they're going to put goals past Leicester. So he's going to be on at least a 0 point. Kepa just picks up a lot of save points. Quite good goal. Chelsea Liverpool. They're struggling against Wolves. Though Salah was missing. How they played versus Wolves. That Harvey had it goal, don't get me wrong. The way Liverpool are playing, I can't really see them scoring versus Chelsea. Possible, but the way I see it, I'm going to lose the clean sheet for Wood either way. Most likely be on a 0 point. Whereas Kepa at least maybe get 3 points at the clean sheet. So I'm not expecting no clean sheets off my goalkeeper. But out of the two, Kepa better one to go with. The way Liverpool are playing. Brighton's coming. Wouldn't put it past them to. So you know how the team. But it's going mediocre right now. I'm essing it because I've got the choice of either playing Shaw or White tomorrow. We're doing the stream today for deadline as I want. Most likely, whatever I do today, this is whatever I do is locked in. Whether the debate I've got, I've still got the Armand and Haaland because I've not chosen who I'm captaining yet. I'm leaning towards Kevin De Bruyne, possibly Kane. It's still a hard decision of who I'm captaining. Most likely, I'm just going to leave it on Haaland. Hope he gets. Is the way I need to go. I'm going to take a quick drink. Yeah, it's the way I'm going at the moment. You know, I thought my triple cap was worth it, Slade, to be honest. I said, for me with Haaland, the floor should have been about 12 points, but I would take 8, and I'll be quite happy with the 8, because it could have gone a lot worse than it did. Obviously, Mahrez ruining my parade because I was going to take a -4 go KDB to him, because it's been a bit annoying, but I think still, logically, I want De Bruyne still this week, and obviously 23, so it probably would have been worth it long term. It's one of those, you know, I missed the 19 golden and go-ins, Mahrez and suck it up. I'll go with the most logical. I'll go off expected data compared to just locking people. Yeah, he was. He was better to blank. I'll take the 8 points. Quite happy with it. I'd rather have 8 points. I'm holding KDB. I've made my transfer this week from Cancelo to White. I know, obviously, I'm not going to get a clean sheet with White. I'm not going to get a clean sheet with Shaw, no matter which one I play. Martinelli might be replaced by Trossard, by the way, lads. And if he does end up getting replaced by Trossard, a slim chance, though. The way I'm looking at this Arsenal situation is Trossard will play on the left, Or drop Martinelli to where Xhaka plays in the midfield. And where Odegaard's obviously. So it's going to be a bit iffy. The way I'm looking at this stuff right now, with the way we're playing, I could near enough guarantee we're going to blank. Newcastle's going to blank, which in turn means Brentford and Brighton will blank. Because if Man United and Newcastle blank, Brentford and Brighton will blank as well because of the games. So there's a chance 4 teams could blank. Hence why I will decide to get rid of Almiron next week for Odegaard, likely. Let Everton think. Or I'll hold Almiron and get rid of Almiron game week 20. Probably get rid of him game week 20. Nah, I could see him starting Slay, to be honest. It's a tough one. It really is. To be honest, I'm just going balls in this week. Expecting no clean sheet. Like, possible clean sheet of Kepa, probably not going to happen. Trippier and Botman should keep a clean sheet. If they don't, that'll screw my week right up. Almiron might get an assist or a goal. It's really hard to decide whether he's going to get assist or a goal. Martinelli, again, he's not been on great form recently. I will possibly get him out for Saka. Form he's currently in. Had obviously those 2 blanks, a 10 point and an 8. Obviously. But with those last 2 blanks, unless he decides to pick up form, I could see a drought happening. Nah, I don't think so. I prefer Ben White over Gabriel and Saliba and over Ramsdale. The reason is I find Ben White's quite attackive. The bonus point magnet of him, Salah and Gabriel. Lately, he's always the one picking up the bonus point. The bonus point magnet whenever they get a clean sheet. He always has the bonus point of the 3 defenders. Yes, Ramsdale had 1 good game, but for me, that would be a knee-jerk, personally, because he doesn't tend to make a lot of saves because he doesn't have to. Arsenal rarely give away penalties. 90% of the time, he'll just get his clean sheet. He made a lot of saves in that Spurs game because of who it was. But I think they won't keep a clean sheet versus us. So I reckon it'll be a 1-1 draw / 2-1 win to either side. It's a tough one to call. I think Rashford will pick up a goal or an assist that game. And Martinelli should at least get some bonus points for an assist, but hard. I was all good on saving a transfer. Yo, Fabio. Should I Mitro to Gnonto? No. Hinton, I wouldn't. I would not be going Mitro to Gnonto. The reason I wouldn't be doing that for me is because Mitro, yes, he had a flop last week. It was one of those. It can happen. But when you look at his underlying stats, right, in general, they're great. You look at his fixtures, right, really, really good in my opinion. Chelsea's defence don't look phenomenal. I can easily see him scoring in that game. Spurs have looked really bad on the weak side and conceding loads of goals. I can easily see him scoring versus Spurs. He'll get a goal versus Nottingham Forest. Fulham are playing great. He could easily pick up a return versus Brighton. He'll get a return versus Wolves. He's a player that's not blanking in game week 25. Gnonto's a new player. He's not showed any great form. Mitro's constantly on form. If you were going to do that for me, I would save Mitrovic now. I would keep him until at least game week 25. Then that's when I'd sell for those 3 fixtures and bring him back in for 29 onwards. That is how I would play Mitrovic personally. Unless I see any injuries or anything, for me, Mitrovic is just going to be a keeper. Because there's more problems in our team to worry about. For me, yeah, there might be a double game with 22 for United. There's about an 80% chance of that will happen, right? But as I was saying with Mitrovic, there's more problems in our team. So 25, obviously keep the players for now, but rack up at least 2 transfers for game week 25. So save your 23 transfer and your 24 transfer. I'm sorry, use your 23 transfer, save your 24 transfer going into game week 25. You have to. Because you're going to want 2 transfers that week. Because there's blanks in game week 25, which will most likely, like I've just said, be Brentford, Brighton, Newcastle, and Man United. You're going to want to get at least a couple of those players out. You have one player that just plays and there's no points for that player game week 25, not the end of the world. Don't get taken hits. But as long as you at least got a starting of 9 or 10 game week 25, you'll be okay. Yeah, you've still got your triple cap, don't you? which is fair play, Fabio. To be honest, I use mine, but to be honest, I'm okay with 8 points in the day. To me, a triple captain's not really a massively important chip compared to your bench boosts and your wild cards and free hits and stuff. Obviously, I've used my free hit, which was earliest I've ever used it this year. I never normally use it that time. Probably Rashford. For me, I would go Bruno Fernandes. I would argue with that, Slay. Bruno looks in better form right now. If Weghorst has a good game versus Arsenal, which could possibly happen, I will look at possibly bringing him in for game week 22. 8 points is all good, bro. I'm happy with 8. Like I've said, it's not a massively important chip. It's not one of those chips that's going to kill you for using it. It's okay. Because people will use it and they'll get blanks easily. Haaland could easily blank versus Villa in game week 23. I'm for certainly sure that he will blank versus Arsenal. Nice. Yeah, Fabio, I'd use it next week if Man U get a double. Don't use it on the game week 23 Man City fixture. Because you'll captain Haaland anyway, right? Maybe he gets one return. Like I've said this week, it'll probably be an 8-point week. It'll probably most likely be an 8-point. Probably might even blank against an Arsenal. So I'd be cautious. For me, there is better captains than Haaland. Game week 22, I will be captaining Rashford. I will not be captaining Haaland that week. Without a doubt, I will captain Rashford. And I will obviously be playing Shaw and stuff. Shaw will be my vice captain. I'll captain Rashford. I will stay away from Haaland that week. Mainly, right, because of this. They've just played Spurs, right? I know they beat them 4-2. But if they've got Spurs again, game week 22, Haaland doesn't get a load and loads of goals against Wolves and really impress me, Rashford will be my captain. Hey Slay, is my audio all clear by the way today? But yeah, honestly, we will get back to weekly streams, by the way, boys. I'm marching Matoma to replace Andreas. Stats wise, I lean more to March logically off stats, but Matoma's been more consistent and had more shots and been better in that area. And I do find with March, he's one shot wonder every couple of seasons. He did last season, he had like 4 weeks where he got like 8+ points on average. Then he kind of dropped down a bit. Obviously, I still think he will really, really bag against Leicester. Will bag in the next coming weeks. The only problem for me, and this is a reason why I really want March, I want Matomas and stuff like that, but I haven't put them in. Same with Brighton defenders, this reason of that game week 25 blank. I'm more than happy to have them after that, but I think with the Newcastle and the Man United players I've got, and I've already got all these problems in my team to sort out, and getting like your Odegaards and stuff, I've got all these problems in my team already. I don't need to create more problems by bringing players in I know that will most likely blank game week 25. We didn't struggle, Slay, Alice. We didn't struggle. We ref did a diverse. I'm going to say this from a United fan, so I might be a bit biased, but the ref gave a horrible decision on that for me. It was a really bad decision. I'm so annoyed that Casemiro's booked for game week 21, hence why I do think Arsenal will. Sorry about that, boys. I don't know what that pending. I've chosen to do that one. Parade for White or Smith. I assume that's something. Needs to get Ben Me over Cancelo now for future game weeks like some. God. Go do a City game. Fabio, don't go for a Brentford defender. If you've already got loads of Newcastle, like if you've got like 2 Newcastle players, 2 United players, and let's say a Brighton player, do not bring in a Brentford player. Because I've got headaches myself with 5 players that will blank. I've got headaches here. I've got to get at least 2 of them out of a starting 11. So Almiron most likely will go out. I'll lose like 3 points on. Fair enough. I probably won't bring. Botman, I'll have to go out. That is the way I'm seeing it. Or Shaw will have to go out. Botman will have to. It's really hard for me. I don't want to get rid of Shaw. Those fixtures after. I know game week 25 is hard. Then Liverpool, Southampton, Brighton, Newcastle, Everton, Nottingham. I still fancy those fixtures for us. Yeah, I can't, bro. I can't have Arsenal in the. I won't hear this. Tell me about it. To be honest, I still think Arsenal will win it. I'll say it off truth. Arsenal ain't been on this good form in years, and I think it's about time they've won the league once. So, this long time, so I think they will. Yeah, I know you bought Dan Burn Slay, but honestly, fine because you can literally get away with it. And I'm assuming you've still got a load of money in your bank, haven't you, Slay from Cancelo? Because my current thoughts right now, I have. I've got 2.4 mil in the bank, right? So obviously we've done the transfer this week. We'll ignore this week. Let's say game week 22 comes. The plan will be to go Almiron to Odegaard, right? That will leave me a total of 0.2 in the bank. Then the other plan will be to go from Martinelli to obviously Saka of 2 transfers game week 24. So what will have to happen is Mitchell will probably have to go out, get Saka in, or I keep Martinelli and I go. That's hard actually. No, ignore what I've just said. I'd have to go Botman out, Mitrovic out. I could get Mitrovic out at one point, but then I'd want to probably keep 5, but it's hard. I wouldn't want. I would like Redhurst for that game. Then I'd load up on more Man United players. I wouldn't want. And hard. Oh yeah, I got Twitter tab, yeah. I'll add you on it. I'll add Slay on it, and you can. No, I'll add you on it at the moment. Seems not bad though. I was quite happy with my triple cap. This is currently how the ranks look. Not too bad. 1.2 mil. Want to get down to at least the 600k mark before game each one. I'll add Slay on Twitter after stream, and then I'll add you for Slay's thing. I'll add you after the stream. I can't actually remember. Yeah, still had 8 moves. I don't. My plan is, by the way, boys, to wildcard game week 20, because then I can get the bench boost on game week 20. Quite sure you can't bench boost wildcard. Yeah, well, I bench wildcard game week 28, get it off game week 29. Depends on the doubles. It'll be 28 or 29 that I wildcard. Moment. I still think that Ben White was a good move. Cancelo to Ben White. I still recommend getting Cancelo out, boys. I would not go for any City defenders due to the rotation right. With Stones and Diaz obviously back in, I'll add you after Slay. With Stones and Diaz back in, Akanji and 8 could possibly replace. Rico Lewis and Cancelo will constantly switch in. Walker could still get in. There's headaches all over right now. Really hard to judge which City defender is going to play each week. The only ones who are kind of solid every week is Ake, but then the is going to get replaced by Diaz. Stones is obviously playing more of a left back position right now. Rico Lewis is obviously playing more right back. It's really hard to kind of judge what's going on. It really is, but kind of just going with stuff at the moment. Just seeing how it pans out. If anyone's got any questions for game week 21 and the doubles coming up and so forth, and any transfers or captains you wanted to go for, just give a question in the comments. But mostly, obviously, you don't need to transfer something this week, like a Cancelo or something. Don't really just force down to the Brighton players if you've got Aaron and stuff. I'd just roll the 2 transfers. The game week 22 for that double. That Man United Leeds double could be really, really good. Still don't like Pronto though from Leeds. I think that's a really bad transfer. Tony and he will probably be banned. Rashford or Bruno for game week 22 captain. Leaning towards Bruno, but it's a hard decision. Fabio. I wouldn't worry too much about having Tony. Boys. Oh damn, you had a great week, didn't you, Fabio? You had 19 points for Bruno Fernandes. My move for you, Fabio, me, would be going Cancelo to a defender like maybe Botman. Might have to do that just for the. Now you got Pogba do that. Or go Cancelo out to maybe Ake, and then go Darwin Nunes to Kane. Those would be my transfers, and then bench Parada obviously for Kane. Play Ake. Bench Shaw for Andreas. And obviously, you might have to get rid of Son to Kevin De Bruyne. Even with down, you couldn't. You're having bench in him. Yeah, I can put. Right, so you've had 80 points total this week, which is your rank's up. I think Tony's a fine pick. I don't see anything wrong with having Tony. I cannot see Tony blanking. I really can't see that happening. Obviously, Fabio's a glory hunting Man City fan that I don't like. No offense, Fabio. Yeah, you've had a good week to be honest. Pope obviously got booked. Son got an assist. I've just realised. Oh no, sorry, he's just. Oh yeah, for the double. That's what I said, Slay. I knew the talk. I don't know. I want to put Son. Bruno Fernandes been a great pick for you. He's had some really, really good weeks. He's had a 10, 9, a 6, and a 6. The only thing he's blanked was 7. And even before that, look, he had 6. 32. He has recently started picking up 4 when you look at those. I, for me, would really look to either going. I think you can afford to hold Nunes on the bench till he's back. For me, I would be looking at going Cancelo out to like a Kanji / Ake, and then either Son to Kevin De Bruyne or Darwin to Kane. But for me, I would probably look at getting with a Son. For me, the moves I would do if you have 2 free transfer. Go Cancelo down to a Kanji Stones. Go Son to Martin Odegaard. Then spread the money around, save the next 2 transfers after that week. Spread the money around game week 23. So then you could have like Saka, Odegaard, then have, let's say, Mahrez or something. Yeah. Oh, is Nunes fit? Okay, yeah, play Nunes then. Sorry, ignore what I've just said. So yeah, play Nunes over Parade. And then obviously your best bet then maybe go Son to Saka, free up money. Mind you, Cancelo's not going to play Son well. So actually, your first priority would probably be getting Cancelo out. But I don't really like City. Don't want to. I'd look at having a Ben White or something. Then you'd have two different banking or you're going to have benching headaches because you've got 3 Newcastle. They will have to go at some point. So I think go Cancelo down to Stones, have that money. Then after game week 22, go Rashford out to Martin Odegaard. Game week 23. Then I'd probably consider taking a hit Son KDB as well. And then I would also, game week 24, I would go Shaw out. And game week 25, I would probably go Prad out. No, not Prado. So you play Prado and bench Trippier for Patterson and bench Almiron for Andreas. That's what I'd do. Have you done Son to Matoma? Or have you made 2 transfers? You transferred out Darwin Núñez. You're going to laugh. I really am going to laugh my arse off if you've transferred him out. Slay, send me his team. I will laugh my arse off if he's transferred Núñez out when he's fit. Oh, you did. You transferred. Okay, fair enough. You transferred Núñez. Do you know what? I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say. You'll probably find it'll happen to me, Slay. I got rid of Núñez last week. Kane as well. A Black versus Fulham and Núñez will go and flip a hat-trick versus Chelsea like a dick. It's Slay, send me Savio's team on Instagram. In fact, no, Fabio, just tell me what you did. Or Slay, tell me what he's done. It sounds to me like he's fucked up something right now. Damn. Playing some more. Matoma, I think it's good, but I just think you've really cocked up because if you've got Matoma, Tony, 3 Newcastle, 2 United, got 7 players that will most likely blank in game week 25. I just think that's really, really dumb and a very stupid move, if you ask me. I think that's a stupid move. I'm not going to be horrible, but I really do. I think it is a good move, as in the players will play really well and earn you a load of points. I don't think that's a bad move. I think it's more just not looking ahead for game week 25 and having 7 players you've got to try and get out. You're not going to want to take hits. But essentially, you've got 4 players to get out. So every single transfer next couple of weeks, you have to watch and try and get people out. And that's going to be even more benching headaches. And that's going to lead to even more pain. Trying to sort your team out for game week 25 when the Brentford, Newcastle, Man United, all that blank. Because then you're going to have a real game. Like, I'm going to have a game having an 11-man squad myself for game week 25. And I've only got 5 players I need to worry about getting out. So if I was bringing Brighton players in, I had it in my head that I've got to try and force myself to take hits to get those out, and I don't want to be taking hits. So as long as I've got a 9/10-man squad for game week 25, like at the minute, let's say this was game week 25, obviously Patterson's going to be fit, so it's not going to matter. This is pretty much how my team would. And then Rashford would have gone to Odegaard, and Shaw or Botman would have gone to someone to replace Trippier, so I would have to start 11. Pretty much how my team would have. But game week 25 is going to hurt. Because, right, with the current Carabao Cup games, right, in general, with Man United versus Forest, Newcastle, Brentford, Brighton, so on, right? If Man United beat Forest and Man United go to semis, right? Correct? And then there's somewhere they reach the finals, so forth. They get that far in the tournament, they will blank game week 25 and that fixture have to be postponed, right? That fixture gets postponed and that team blanks. Newcastle will most likely get to semis. Then that fixture gets postponed, so Brentford will blank because they're playing Newcastle, for example. Well, I think Brentford's got us, but anyway, whichever way you put it. And then let's say Brighton's playing us, so they'll blank. So if Man United and Newcastle will blank, so the teams who are playing them will blank. Hence why Brighton and Brentford are blank. Does that make sense? Them two blank, then that fixture gets postponed, that fixture gets cancelled, that fixture gets moved to another day, so they'll play. Does that make sense? So look, let's put it this way, Fabio, right? We get this far, we have this Brentford fixture, right? But then if we reach semis, we will miss that Brentford fixture because that's when we'll play the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, or it's the finals, it's one or the other anyway. Semi-finals, I think, yeah. Semi-finals? I think semi-finals. I don't know if we've got Forest in the... No, we've got Forest in the semi-finals, right. So when we beat Forest in the finals, semi-finals for example, we go to this, then that fixture's end up going to be blank, that Brentford fixture, because we're going to be playing the finals, and that fixture's going to get postponed. Means that fixture's then going to move to another date. Then Newcastle are most likely going to guaranteed reach to the final as well. So then that game week 25 fixture with Brighton also going to be postponed. It means there's two fixtures have got to move again, which means we'll have more doubles. But those two fixtures will most likely get moved to game week 34 or game week 32. Those where those fixtures will be moved. But you're going to get screwed because you've got 7 players that are going to blank. So it's either you ping your wild card, which you're not going to want to ping your wild card at that stage, because you're going to want a wild card game week 29. And I can't remember whether you've got your free hit. I don't think you do. If you have, that's the best time to free hit. So the only way I can logically see it is roll the next 2 weeks, right? Then I'd look at getting Bruno Fernandes out, Rashford out, and bringing in Odegaard and Saka, right? And then you'll roll. You'll have a game. Sorry, 25. You have a transfer, and you'll also get rid of Almiron, for example, or Matoma. And then you'll have to take a hit to get rid of Tony. Then you'll have to use your 3 on the bench. So you're gonna have to have a -4. So if you want to get those players fixed and you roll the next 2, you will have to take a -4 to have a full squad game in 25. That's got to be good enough to last you till 29 for the wild card. So you're not screwed at all, Fabio. I think you should have just made a little bit of thought behind your decision before rushing into just going straight into Tony. I think it was bold. It will pay off, but you will have to take a -4 game week 20 going into game week 25 most likely. As will probably I. I will probably have to take a hit myself, as well as Slay will probably have to take a hit and all. That's just the way everyone's going to be game week 25. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, but just be careful and look into decisions a bit more before you make something. It was a bit of a rash decision. I would have held it off before you waited on Darwin Núñez news and like that. Which, yeah, I can't see Núñez scoring versus Liverpool. I don't think he cocked up in that aspect. I just think it was more the 25 aspect. Tony will definitely outperform Núñez by a mile. I would guarantee Tony will easily get 2 goals that game. I can't see that not happening. It's more long term. That's my problem. Matoma -20. Yeah. We want to be sensible with hits though. This is a point in the season where people will start taking a lot of hits. So this is where we want to try and avoid taking hits, because then that's where our rank goes up the most. This is where you'll start gaining positions. So this is where you want to try and take the least hits possible. It's like I triple captain last week. Someone took a -12. He was second in my mini league, right? Now they're above me by 3 points of that bench boost of -12. But logically, if they wouldn't have took that -12, they would have had more points. But more points. So they would have had a better game each score, no. But they would have actually had more points, and the bench boost still would have been the same, which would have resulted in being like an extra 15 points above me. So minuses don't always work out. So just be cautious about it. Yes, there is a possibility where like you could take a -4 from Tony into someone. So Tony's blank in game week 25. Or you could just leave Tony in, suck the blank up. Because that -4 you've got to consider, right, you're going to 2 points and someone's got to get a return at striker. Have to get 1 return. And then maybe you want Tony game week 26 onwards. So you might as well just keep him. You probably don't even need to have to take a hit. Just maybe suck up 1 player blanking and play with a 10-man squad. Which I think you can quite happily do. long as you've got 9 players minimum playing game week 25, I wouldn't worry about it, and I wouldn't just take hits for the sake of it. I'd only take a hit if you know for a guarantee that it's really going to benefit and you're going to get a lot of returns back. So it's hard to juggle around with. For me, I don't see with the route I've got, I'm going to end up taking hits, but at the same time, I don't want to dump all of my good assets like my United and stuff. I will probably want some of them after game week 25, so I will be cautious with how I approach this. There will be a lot of thought going into this. I've bought Cancelo out for White for a reason of that double week and game week 20. Because he'll get a clean sheet 22, great double week 23, and I want him onwards. I want more Arsenal assets and more City assets. I want 3 Arsenal, 3 City, obviously. So another City player will come in. Most likely. I don't know yet. Or, what will probably happen is, I will go into another City for the double. Probably replace Botman. Go into a Rico Lewis. It's probably first Saturday. Sats. Yeah, I've done Sats. Mara's a 1, so no, I've got Jesus. Mara's a 1. Arsenal. Yeah. But I will look at Mahrez possibly game week 23. De Bruyne's still playing really good Slay. I wouldn't even bother putting Mahrez in my team. I'll just see how De Bruyne plays. For me, you've already got Martinelli, so I'd keep Martinelli. Then I'd get Rashford out for Odegaard for game week 23. I'd look at getting Ben White in and all. Those are the moves I'd make. I think Martinelli can still play really good. Saka I know is playing good, but Odegaard's playing better. I think in that double week, there's no point really having to try and find another 1.2 mil to go Martinelli to Saka and then end up taking a hit. You're probably going to end up taking a hit from White anyway. So you might as well just be cautious in how you play it. For me, the moves I would probably most likely make is how much money have you still got left from that Cancelo transfer? You must still have money left from that. At least like 1 mil or 0.9 or something. You must have some money left from going down to Ben Me. Trippier up. Or Trippier, someone up to I'm sure. You've got to have money left. How much have you got left? Obviously, if you've got like 0.8 left, right, then you could probably go from Bruno to White, Rashford to Odegaard. Game week 23. Then game week 24, you will look to get like Botman out or Short out for someone. Game week 24. Or get them all, roll the 2 transfers and get 2 players in game week 25 and then play Andreas. And that will cover all your blanks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could easily go Bruno to Ben White. Bruno to Ben White. Throw it to Burn this week as well. That's what I'm saying. So you've got Dan Burn, Trippier, and Almiron. So you're in the same kind of situation as me, and you've got Shaw and Rashford. So we're in the same situation, right? So my plan, I don't know if they're freaking, is to go Rashford out to game week 25, Odegaard. Not 25, so game week 23 to Odegaard after the double. Then I will also be going for a Shaw, possibly Shaw out game week after game week 24 for game week 25. Then I'll have to bring someone out game week 4. Just so I can free up that transfer bank. So probably the case I'll probably look at, since Fulham's got an easy fixture game week 25, so Andreas will play. So really, if Odegaard's literally, look, this is this easy, look. If I bring Odegaard in for Rashford, I'm okay, look, I've got 10 players starting. Yes, I have 1 blank. Yes, I've got to play an Everton player, but at least it's a player. Then maybe I'll look to go Shaw out someone. But I'll still have 2 point something mil, because I'm obviously going Rashford to Odegaard. I'll still have that 2.4 mil in the bank. So then I could actually still look to go Almiron, someone, Dreas to someone, Shaw to someone, Botman to someone, Trippier to someone. Yes, actually, Aaron does make more sense, but logically, right, I would rather have Almiron game week 23 than Rashford. Then again, I wouldn't 4. I'd rather have Rashford 23 and 24, yeah. So actually, ignore what I've just said. With the money I've got, I'll go Almiron to Odegaard, not Rashford. But in your case, you'd have to go probably Rashford to Odegaard. Then I still have 1 point something mil left, so I could still go, obviously, Shaw to someone, and so forth. So let's say, I don't know, Almiron. Okay, let's say Almiron was Odegaard instead of Rashford. It would still be the same scenario. I'd have one person blank. That's like, that would be even if I, and I still got a transfer to get Trippier out, like Botman out or something, but it's still not worth it for me. So I'd rather go into game week 25, have 10 players play, happy with one blank, keep my transfer for game week 26, go into game week 26 with 2 transfers, and be a happy chap to adjust my team, get it back to the way I want it, after making compromises for 25. So I don't think a free hit's actually great that week because you're all going to want the same players anyway. You're only really going to have to faff around with a couple of transfers, so it's not the end of the world. Like I've said, Slay, it's really easy. So get this out. Right. The football's starting soon, boys, so I am going to end that here, boys. But we've had a nice stream. It's been nice to be back. I hope you boys have enjoyed it, and this is going to be my locked-in team. I will let any of you know on a post. Just on deadline tomorrow, I'll post a screenshot showing my final team, my captain picks, and so forth. At the moment, I'm 90% sure I'm going Haaland. I really can't see myself switching. I was thinking KDB, but at the moment I'm going Haaland, so I'm going to stick with Haaland. Likely. But yeah, I hope you all have a great day, and